Welcome to Pass I On, the podcast with Dr. Sean M. Nicholson, entrepreneur, author, and thought leader. In each episode, Dr. Sean takes you on a profound exploration, guiding you to activate your passion, unlock your potential, and discover your true purpose. This podcast isn't just a collection of words, it's a path towards a life of abundance. Get ready to dive into thought-provoking discussions, engage with expert guests, and tap into Dr. Sean's unparalleled wisdom. With each episode, you'll be provided building blocks necessary for sustainability and success. Are you ready to embark on this incredible journey of self-discovery and transformation? Well, get your pad and pen and text a friend. Pass I On with Dr. Sean is on in 3, 2, 1. Dr. Sean, take it away.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. All right. Listen, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Pass I On, the podcast. And I am your host, Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. And today we are diving deep into the topic that really is at the heart of both business as well as life. And that is the topic of resilience. For those of you that have been watching, this is part 2 of the power of resilience. We figured to break it up in 2 parts so I can really share some great nuggets with you. Now, whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, or just navigating the complexities of life, resilience is a very critical quality that determines how well you bounce back from challenges and even adapt with this ever-changing world that is around us. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing some actionable tips. We always like tips and steps and things like that. So I'm going to share a few of them with you from my book, Pass I On, the 7 Building Blocks to Sustainability and Success, which is available for your purchase and your reading pleasure. But I'm excited to be able to really dig into this topic because it's really important. For the past couple weeks now, a few weeks, I've been talking about it more and more, and I've been talking to people, and it's becoming a real buzzword. People are really trying to make it and to bounce back from adversity and disappointment and struggles and things like that. So I think it's very timely. That we're able to talk about this so that we can help somebody. We definitely want to help somebody. We want to pass I on to them. So we're excited about being able to share that information with you, the viewer. Okay. Now, we'll explore this week or today 3 main pillars: perseverance through setbacks, positive adaptation, and practical strategies for building resilience. Now, I want you to stay with me because we're going to break down this step by step. I don't want to lose anybody, okay? So before we get started, just a quick story from my own journey. Well, when I started business, I started business in 98. And I was actually forced into it, but we were able to, really get into this space. But I had to learn everything. There's a saying that you have to build the plane while you're flying it. And that was exactly what was happening. And at this moment, because I was a consultant for a locality here doing lead assessments and risk assessments and lead based paint. And with being this inspector and risk assessor, I was loving life, making pretty good money. Things were good. But then we were forced out because the locality lost the grant. So I had to rely on my trade. And for those of you that are in the vocational space, CTE programs, I'm a very big advocate for CTE programs, career technical education, because that is how I've built my career and through these years. So with that, we were able to fall back on the trade that I had and build a company. Now, I'm going to tell you, we didn't know what we were doing at all, but we did it. And at that moment, I realized that resilience wasn't about holding steady. It was really about learning to pivot and to adapt. And that's what we'll explore today. All right. So we want to get into it. Now I got a little teaser for you. Later in the show, I'll be sharing some practical tips that you can apply immediately to begin building resilience so that you can bounce back stronger than you ever been, no matter what life throws your way. Okay. But first, you know how we do. We got to hear a word from our sponsors. And thank you for those advertising sponsors that we have. We appreciate you supporting the podcast and the vision. And definitely, we want people to patronize the work and the businesses that you have. So thank you once again. So we'll be right back.
Introducing the In Peace mobile app, your all-in-one solution to enhance church engagement. Stay connected with custom notifications, live streams, and secure online giving. Manage events, small groups, and members with ease and boost participation and donations like never before. For a limited time, use the promo code PASSION24 for an exclusive discount on your subscription. Don't miss out. Subscribe today and transform your church's communication. My name is Felipe Coelho, and I'm the CEO and founder of In Peace. God bless you.
All right. So let's get back into it. So when we left on last time, we were talking about perseverance through setbacks. So let's talk about setbacks. Um, no one wants to fail. No one likes to fail. But the truth is, resilience isn't the absence of failure. It's really the ability to learn from the failure and then move forward. You know, setbacks are inevitable, and that's true in both business as well as life. But what matters is not the failure or the setback, but it's how you respond when it's happening. Here are a few key takeaways that I want to leave with you. Resilience, because resilience is about perseverance and staying in the game when it gets tough. And it's not just about bouncing back, but it's about bouncing forward. You know, progressing. And setbacks are basically dead ends. They're part of the learning process that each of us have to go through. And so think about this. Every time you fail, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Right? What did I learn from this? And secondly, how can I improve? You see, how can I be better? And that's what will set you apart from everyone else. Okay. Here's a tip. Start seeing failure not as a reflection of your abilities, but as a stepping stone, or as I like to refer to it, as a building block. So next time you encounter a setback, just pause and reflect and ask yourself, what is the lesson here? And then not only ask yourself the question, but write it down, because you'll be able to use it for fuel when you get ready to move again. That's going to be the fuel that you need. Okay. Now, perseverance through setbacks is just one part of resilience. Let's talk about adaptability. That's a little tongue teaser, tongue tied there. Adaptability. Um, Basically being flexible, nimble, rather than rigid. And you know, it's really essential to be able to have that attribute and thrive and succeed in a fast-paced world that we're living in today. You know, resilience it really involves adaptability, right? Adaptability, and not only that. Well, I'll tell you what. Think about it this way: you got a rigid tree that will break, okay, in a strong wind, but a flexible tree is one that bends, okay, and then it returns back even stronger. You see, So the same goes for us in life, in business, and in leadership. They're all forever changing. They're forever disruptions. They're forever distractions. And they're forever unexpected events. It's how you adapt to all of these changes that determines whether you're going to break or you're going to thrive. I remember some time back, man, this was probably close to 25 plus years. We had um, a major storm, hurricane, come through Richmond, Virginia, and it was the Gaston storm. I never forget it. I was doing some work. This had to be like 99, 2000 or so, and we were renovating a home. And just so happened we had taken out the entire back of the house and had it up on support beams because we were replacing the back of the house. And I remember making sure and praying that nothing happened with that storm coming in. It's just the way that it worked out that we were on a schedule, so we had to get it that way. But we were just praying that nothing would happen. So I remember being over at my parents' home. Everybody, the family, everybody was over there, and we were literally watching the storm. I mean, because we were all together just in case the power went out. We'll all be safe or what have you. And I remember looking on to the balcony or the back deck, and there was this tree. I'll never forget it. There was this tree that the wind was blowing so strong, and that tree would go and it would bend and bend and bend, and then all of a sudden it would come back. And then the wind come through again, it would bend and bend and bend, and then it would come back. And we was like, man, that thing's gonna snap, it's gonna break. Never broke. But there was another tree that was thicker, and that wind came through there and broke that thing in half. You see, so that's what I'm suggesting to you. You got to be able to adapt and to be nimble to things and be flexible. And when things come that will bend you, it's really just making you stronger. Okay. Now, when I look at resilience, I like to look at it as being again the ability to bounce back, and not only just bounce back, but come back stronger than ever before, and with no appearance that anything ever happened in the first place. So here's the thing: if you can learn to see change as a catalyst of growth for your growth, rather it's something to fear, rather than something to fear, and have anxiety about, you'll unlock a whole new level of resilience. Don't get stuck in the mindset of this is how I've always done it. Don't do that. Don't have a fixed mindset, but rather a growth mindset. Be open to a new way of thinking, and new strategies and new pathways. Be open to all of that. Here's a tip for you. Start by asking yourself this: what can I learn? What can I learn from this disruption? What can I learn from it? And then secondly, how can I take advantage of it? See, remember that flexibility leads to innovation. I wrote the book Pass Eye On, the 7 Building Blocks to Sustainability and Success. But I also wrote a book called Teach Me How to Pivot. And that happened during COVID. And what I was trying to get the readers to understand is that, I broke pivot out into a acronym. So you have planning, innovation, vision, outweigh threats. So basically what that's doing is saying that I got to plan this next stage out. I got to be innovative to be ahead of the curve. I got to rely on my vision and make sure that the goals that I've set still align with the main vision and what I want to do. Because if I do that, I'll be able to outweigh any threats that come my way. Okay. Hence the reason we have the Pivot to Passion Academy, so that we can show each of you how to do that. And I think that is very important for us to know, because what we don't want to do is to get complacent in the way that things are going, because there's always something better. but we got to get the tools that are needed. Many of you, and I read emails, I read DMs, and many of you are really searching right now on what your next move is, whether it's retirement, whether it's leaving your job, whether it's trying to monetize or scale the side hustle or the hobby that you have. I encourage you to come a part of the Pivot to Passion Academy. My 5-step program will help you smash limited beliefs. It will help you, will prevent you from having that overthinking and having imposter syndrome and fear and anxiety. I can help you. I can give you the tips that you need to move to the next level, to help you pivot to your passion. All right. It's all about resilience, being able to bounce back from any given situation, to navigate through life's challenges as well as business challenges that may come your way. You see, adaptability is essential, but there's no more. But here's the thing: it's essential, but there's more to building resilience than just surviving. Okay. There's more, it's good to say, yeah, I went through this and I got all these stories and all. That's great. It's more than just survive and change. And here's my point. Let's dive into some actionable tips that you can use to build resilience on a day-to-day basis. All right. You ready to do that? All right, let's go. Now, what we talked about when we talked about perseverance and adaptability, let's go into some actionable tips that you can use to begin to cultivate the resilience, both in your personal as well as your professional lives. Okay, tip number one, embrace change as a catalyst. All right, now what do you mean by that? Well, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. I'll say that again. Every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Don't resist change. Use it to your advantage. See, it's just like, and you hear the story of me having to pivot from the co-working space model to vocational schools, right? Well, you need to look for ways to innovate. There's that pivot, planning, innovation, right? Planning, innovation, vision outweigh threats. You got to look for ways to be innovative when faced with adversity. Ask yourself this: how can this setback help me grow? How can it help me grow with all the things that's going on, with all the things I'm experiencing right now? What can I get out of it to help me grow to the next level? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Okay. Tip number two. Well, the first one, embrace change as a catalyst. Number two, create a support system. Now, this is a big deal. Resilience is not developed. Hear me now. Resilience is not developed in isolation. It's not. It may seem like it, but it's not developed in isolation. You have to surround yourself with people that will uplift you, that, such as mentors and colleagues and peers and coaches, those that can really provide guidance and encouragement to you. You got to have a strong network. I talked about relationships on one of the other podcasts. You gotta have a strong work relationship. You gotta have a strong network that can often be, that will oftentimes be the difference between giving up and actually pushing through. Now, I'll admit, this is something that has been in the past very challenging and difficult for me, being an introvert. I have relationships with different people and I have networks and so on and so forth. But when it really comes to my vision and the things that I want to, put out, I don't always take advantage of the relationships that I have. Now, more recently, when I'm trying to build this coaching business, because previously I ran corporations, companies and stuff. That was no problem. I push everybody, push the company, the business. I'm in the background. But now I'm the one that's in the forefront. I'm the one that's pushing me. It's my brand. It's me. It's my coaching practice. This is the things I'm doing with the academy. And I can't do it alone. So I have to develop networks, strong networks that can bounce different ideas off. Kind of like info sessions or town hall meetings or something like that. Being able to pitch an idea to someone, a colleague or a peer, and get their feedback on it. Now, I caution you, you got to be able to. You can't all the time tell everything. I will say that, but it is good to know that you can bounce some ideas off of someone, because that can really be the difference between you giving up and pushing through. All right. Think of people in your life. Think about some people in your life who you can lean on during tough times. Think about that. Are they helping you to build resilience, or are they draining your energy? Very important. You don't want to involve people that are going to drain your energy. Okay. So you want people that's going to lift you up, people that's going to help you to build. Okay. So tip number one, embrace change as a catalyst. Tip number two, create a support system. Number three, excuse me, practice self-care and mental wellness. Very important. Resilience is just mental. It's not, rather, it's not just mental. Okay. It's physical and it's emotional. Stress can take a major toll on you. So it's essential for you to prioritize self-care, whether it's through meditation or exercising or simply taking time to recharge. Your body and your mind need to be in alignment for resilience to be sustained over a long period of time. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. Tip number four is set small, achievable goals. Small, achievable goals. Resilience doesn't mean tackling every problem at once. I talk to people and they want to just, they're so overwhelmed and they just want to just do everything. They want to tackle everything at the same time. No, resilience doesn't mean that you tackle everything all at once. What it does mean is that you break down the challenges into manageable steps. Because when you do that, you're able to see progress. In achieving smaller goals, what happens is it builds up confidence, it builds momentum, it builds strengths, and also it builds your capacity to handle the larger challenges that are going to come. So when you set and achieve small goals, it gives you that confidence that you need and the resilience to take on the bigger obstacles that are coming down the line. So you want to make sure that you do that. So the tips would be number one, um, make sure that you embrace change as a catalyst. Okay, embrace change as a catalyst. Create a support system. Okay, you can't. Resilience is not developed in isolation. Then practice self-care and mental wellness. And I'll say this, here's a pause. Check on your strong friends. Yeah. Check on your strong friends. Those friends that you have that are always encouraging you. The friends that you have that are always championing your cause. Those friends that are always saying that you can do it no matter what. Those friends, when they go silent, check on them. If you don't hear from them, don't judge them. Don't think the negative or think evil towards them. Check on them. Mental wellness is a big deal, and we should all be healthy. Okay, so practice self-care and mental wellness. And then the fourth tip: set small, achievable goals. That way, you can get your momentum going. You can see progress. You can be encouraged, because you're making some progress. You're moving forward. Okay. Well, listen, um, to wrap up today's episode, I want to recap. So, resilience in and of itself is about perseverance through setbacks. It's about adaptability, positively um, changing, and taking practical steps to cultivate the things that are in your life. Very important. It's not just about surviving tough times. No, it's not just about surviving tough times. It's about thriving and coming out stronger than ever before on the other side. Here's my challenge for you. Pick one of the tips that we discussed today and apply it to your life this week. Maybe it's embracing change. You've been resistant or reaching out to a mentor for support, whether it's to take action, because resilience is something that we can build with intentionality. Okay. If you found today's episode helpful, I encourage you to share it with a friend who might be able to benefit from it. It's about passing eye on. Okay. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps the show reach more people. And if you like to continue this conversation, just reach out to me directly on my website or social media platforms at Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. Okay. So thank you for tuning in for Pass Eye On, the podcast. And I'm your host, Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. Remember, resilience is your superpower. Yeah, resilience is your superpower. Don't underestimate it. Until next time, keep pushing forward. Stay resilient. You can do it. And the great thing about resilience, when you bounce back, it's like nothing ever happened. You don't see the scars. Now, you may have the scars, but you're not going to see the scars. All right? So until the next time, remember, passion is the ability to pass eye on. We'll see you next time.
Introducing the In Peace mobile app, your all-in-one solution to enhance church engagement. Stay connected with custom notifications, live streams, and secure online giving. Manage events, small groups, and members with ease and boost participation and donations like never before. For a limited time, use the promo code PASSION24 for an exclusive discount on your subscription. Don't miss out. Subscribe today and transform your church's communication. My name is Felipe Coelho, and I'm the CEO and founder of In Peace. God bless you.
Feeling stuck? Ready to turn your passion into real progress? At the Pivot to Passion Academy, we're here to help you transform your vision into success. We will equip you with the tools and mindset to achieve your goals. Our signature course, Pass Eye On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success, will unlock your potential. Along with a wide range of other courses, you'll gain practical strategies to overcome obstacles and build the future you deserve. It's time to take action, pivot towards your passion, and transform your life today.
Thank you for tuning in to another captivating episode of Pass Eye On, the podcast with Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. As we wrap up this episode, we hope you've learned a lesson you can start living today. Stay tuned for more incredible stories of passion, potential, and purpose in future episodes. If you enjoyed today's conversation, follow us on all social media platforms at Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. Don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, share this podcast with at least 5 people in your life. Until next time, remember, passion isn't a secret to be kept. It's the ability to pass eye on.